What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Shades Tube, and thank you so much for tuning in tonight. It is the 25th of September, 2024, 12:52 out here on the West Coast, guys. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hope you guys had a blessed day, and I hope your Thursday, not Thursday, your Wednesday is a blessed day as well. All right. So, anyway, tonight, guys, we're going to be talking about that topic of Diddy allegedly selling freak off videos on the dark web. And of course, I'm going to go over a little bit about Dolph second day of trial. His not his brother, but the half brother of Justin Johnson testified today at his trial, at Dolph's trial. Okay, so we're going to be going over that, give you a couple of highlights from the trial, and then we are going to get up out of here, y'all. So get something to drink, get a relaxing chair, bed, or whatever, and get ready to watch Shades Tube. All right. Okay, so let me go ahead and do the Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, commenting, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. That entire copyright disclaimer is in my description area. It will be in my comment area, and part of it is scrolling across that banner right there. All right. Also, guys, can you please do me some favors? And first one is thumbs up this video if you enjoy this content. Second is to subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed. The third one is hit that bell notifications so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. Also, you can share and leave a comment. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. All right. And if you want to show additional support, you can do that by doing the Cash App at $ShadesTube. All donations are used to better this channel. All right. All right. So let's go over here and check the chat. Let's see who's over here. We got Jermaine in the house. Young Riggs in the house. Y'all make sure y'all show Young Riggs some love and support. Miss T is in the house. Make sure y'all show Miss T some love and support. And Jermaine said, my freak off videos are $19.99 plus tax, but get it for a limited time for $9.99 plus tax and free shipping. Well, you are crazy. So, can we get these videos a little bit cheaper than $9.99? How about $5.99? Because you're not Diddy, okay? So I don't see myself paying basically $10 plus tax. And that probably would add up to be about $13. I don't see it. So I think you need to take that price down to about $5.99, and then maybe some people will, go ahead and buy it. What you think about that, Jermaine? But anyway, guys, I've been muted tonight, okay, on the phone so many times, okay, and I don't like it when people mute me. And if this person mutes me again, I'm gonna reach through the phone, and I'm just gonna do a little pimp smack, okay? I like to smack bees, okay? Smack, smack, smack. You said $9.99 is as low as you can go. Guys, if you want to get one of Jermaine's freak off videos, you can send $9.99 to his Cash App in your Addy, and he will send you a copy of his freak off video with his personal signature and other things sent with it, okay? He can also include a bottle of baby oil just in case when you're watching this video, you may need it, okay? Okay. We are so silly over here, y'all. We are really silly. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, y'all, again, welcome to everybody in the bushes, everybody watching this video on the replay, and everybody in that chat. All right. So let's go ahead and get started, y'all, because, I'm up here acting silly with Jermaine. All right. Okay. So first thing first, y'all, let's go ahead and go over. Y'all know Diddy was also hit with a lawsuit today, okay? So I'm going to tell you guys about that too, okay? But let's first go over some highlights of Dolph trial, okay? What is this? First thing first, here we go right here. Oh, wait a minute, I'm all on my messages. So let's go ahead and do this real quick. We got 30 minutes for each topic. All right. So, one of the men accused of unaliving Memphis rapper Young Dolph, whose real name was Adolph Thornton Jr., began trial on Monday, September the 23rd. Let's see here. Luke Evans, the defense attorney of Justin Johnson, asked Jamarcus if he knew Justin Johnson to be an aspiring rapper. Jamarcus said that he did. Jamarcus testified that he had run Justin Johnson's social media accounts in the past and that Justin Johnson request was not an unusual thing to be asked. Okay, so this happened on 407 on today or yesterday. Okay, so they did a cross examination of Jamarcus Johnson. All right, let's see what else we got here. So that was the only question Evans asked Mr. Johnson. Okay, at 3:40 p.m., here is the testimony of Jamarcus Johnson. Now, hold on, let me turn this down. After a 20-minute recess, the jury re-entered the courtroom at 3:42 p.m. Prosecutor Paul Hagerman called to the stand Jamarcus Johnson. Jamarcus Johnson is the half-brother of Justin Johnson. Now, Jamarcus Johnson pleaded guilty to being an accessory after the fact for taking possession of Justin Johnson's phone and communicating with admitted killer Cornelius Smith after the unaliving of young Dolph. At the same time of the trial, Jamarcus Johnson had not been sentenced. Hagerman told the witness that telling the truth at the trial would weigh on a judge's decision at sentencing. Jamarcus Johnson had never been arrested before the case. Jamarcus testified that he grew up in a different household than his brother Justin Johnson, and that they too would see each other with the frequency of cousins. Now, in November 2021, Jamarcus testified that he knew Young Dolph was a rapper and that he was not a part of the plan to unalive Young Dolph. Jamarcus said that he was never part of a plan to unalive any artist of Young Dolph's record label. Now, during 2021, Jamarcus said that he might have seen Justin Johnson 2 or 3 times and that the two did not share friends, including Treon Ingram. During the time of the unaliving, Jamarcus said he was living at an apartment complex in East Memphis. Now, after the unaliving of young Dolph, Jamarcus said that Justin Johnson contacted him about bringing Jamarcus a rental car. Justin Johnson knew that Jamarcus did not have a car at the time, the witness testified. Jamarcus said that Justin Johnson brought him a white Chrysler. When Justin Johnson pulled up, Jamarcus said Justin had 2 phones and it was switching numbers from one phone to the other. Jamarcus said that Justin was going to give him one of his 2 phones to manage his social media and check his emails. Jamarcus said that Justin wanted him to post videos and content to his social media. Justin provided no explanation to Jamarcus why he needed his half-brother to post to social media for him and did not tell him that he was going out of town, the witness testified. So he was basically setting up an alibi, I guess. Jamarcus Johnson said that Justin Johnson received 2 phone calls while they were together before getting into a white SUV. Jamarcus said that he would contact Justin and let him know whenever someone tried to reach Justin Johnson on the phone that was given to Jamarcus. Jamarcus said that he helped Justin Johnson have a 3-way conversation with a man who went by the name C. Jamarcus Johnson said he later learned that C was Cornelia Smith, another defendant in the case who admitted to taking part in the unaliving of young Dolph. Some of the conversation between the two, according to Jamarcus Johnson, had to do with money. Jamarcus said text messages between Smith text Johnson phone, which was in his possession. Jamarcus Johnson said that Smith texts were about money and that Smith asked Justin Johnson if he had talked to Unc. Jamarcus Johnson said he later learned that Unc was Big Juke, Young Gotti's brother, and a part of the record label CMG. Prosecutors alleged that Big Juke put out a 100,000 hit on Young Dolph. Jamarcus Johnson said that the police later came to him and that he gave officers Justin Johnson's phone and told them that Justin Johnson gave it to him. Jamarcus Johnson said that he posted 2 pictures to Justin Johnson's social media accounts, one of food and one of a pair of Jordans. Before he got arrested, prosecutor Hagerman claimed that Justin Johnson posted pictures to his social media accounts himself. Those pictures included him holding a lot of money and of him in a Rolls Royce. Now, Assistant District Attorney Hagerman ended his questioning of Jamarcus Johnson. Court ended for the day just after 4 p.m. Testimony is expected to resume at 9:30 a.m. on Wednesday, September the 25th. Anyway, hold on, y'all. Sorry about that. Anyway, at 2:46 p.m., defense cross-examination. Luke Evans, defense attorney for Justin Johnson, then began cross-examining Christian Garner. Evans claimed that Garner did not admit to directly knowing that the car was given to Johnson. Garner said that Treon Ingram told him Johnson was in the car when he got into the Infiniti. Garner said he had been investigated by law enforcement too many times, and at least twice in regards to young Dolph's unaliving. Evans said that the first time Garner spoke to law enforcement was on November the 23rd. Evans claimed on the stand that he did not know the Mercedes-Benz was stolen. Evans claimed that was not true. Evans testified that he did not know how the Mercedes was obtained, that the person who had it worked at a garbage company, and that he was not a part of the carjacking. Garner said he needed a ride on the night the Mercedes was swapped, and that he did not question it when Ingram wanted to trade it for an Infiniti. That's his business. That's what I thought, Garner said. Garner said he thought the person who had the car had GUNS for protection. This Memphis, Garner said. Garner also said there were plenty of GUNs in the car. Garner also claimed that he did not know there were tags from multiple states in the car and that he did not change the car tags. All I did was be in the car and go places I wanted Ingram to take me, Garner said. Evans then questioned if he knew that Ingram stole cars. The defense attorney asked him if he told police that Ingram stole cars. Garner said that if police had a report from his interview saying that it seemed like it, that they got it wrong. Garner said that he told police he had never been in the Mercedes when he found out that young Dolph passed on. Garner said he then told police that the only time he was in the Mercedes was when he wanted a ride. Evans then asked Garner about the Valerio video. The defense attorney claimed that Garner previously told police that he had never been to the gas station. I didn't want to tell them nothing really, Garner testified. You even were shown a picture of yourself pumping gas and said you didn't know who that person was, right? Evans asked. Garner said, yes, sir. Garner previously testified that he did not know why Johnson was getting the Mercedes. But when Garner was previously interrogated by police, Evans claimed that Garner told police that he knew Johnson needed the car to slide up on his baby mama. Garner said that that was just a comment that was made. I ain't in none of their business. I was just a person sitting in the car. I don't know what they were doing. Garner said that he was with Ingram on the day young Dolph was unalive, and that Ingram dropped him off in Raleigh in the Infinity. Evans said that at the time, people were trying to put Garner's name into the young Dolph unaliving. Garner agreed to this and said that he realized the day after the unaliving that the car he was in had something to do with the shooting. That's my family. They know what car we were in. Garner said that he is a cousin to young Dolph. Garner said that he called the people that were related and told them that he was in the Mercedes. Garner refused to say who those people were. They are not in this, Garner said. Garner said that Ingram was trying to get the Mercedes gone before the unaliving and didn't know why he wanted to get rid of the car. That was a week or two before young Dolph was unalive, according to Garner. Garner explained his alleged connection to young Dolph's family by saying, everybody grew up with each other. Everybody know everybody. This Memphis, everybody know everybody. We got done calling them young Dolph's relatives. They didn't want to get it. They didn't want nothing to do with it. So I guess he gave it to drop. Garner said that he called multiple people after seeing the car on the news to let people know that he was not involved in the shooting. He said police came for him a couple of days after the unaliving. Evans claimed that Garner started lying then and trying to hide his involvement. Garner then emphasized that he did not have anything to do with the unaliving of young Dolph. Mr. Garner, we have learned today that you had quite a bit to do with it, Evans said, and ended his cross-examination. Hey, Most Hated, thank you so much for tuning in. And y'all make sure y'all show Most Hated some love and support. Now, at 2:30 p.m., a second witness was on the stand. Christian Garner, an inmate on felony drug charges, was the second witness of the day. Prosecutor Paul Hagerman began by asking Garner about the day the Valerio video was taken. Garner admitted to being at the Valerio and said that he was at a neighborhood house with other people before going to the gas station. Ingram was one of those people. Garner said he could not tell if he saw Justin Johnson at that house. Garner said that he was in a Mercedes-Benz. He then identified the Mercedes-Benz as the same car used in the unaliving of young Dolph. Garner said he did not know the car was stolen or where it came from. Garner said that Straight Drop was at the neighborhood house and that he came in a truck. That truck was a white Ford Expedition, Garner testified. Now, at some point, the group left the house with Garner behind the wheels of the white Mercedes, and Infinity also left the house. Johnson was in that Infinity, Garner testified. When the two cars got to the gas station, he said Johnson got into the white Mercedes-Benz and that Garner got into the Infinity. Garner then identified himself in a picture at the gas station and of the Mercedes that Garner admitted to giving Johnson. Garner said he didn't know what Johnson would do in that car, that he was not in a conspiracy, and that he never spoke to anyone about unaliving young Dolph. That's my family. I wouldn't do that, Garner said. When asked who he was talking about when he said that, that's my family, Garner said young Dolph. Then at 1:54 p.m., court resumes resumes with cross-examination. Now, after a lunch break, court resumed at 1:55 p.m. Defense attorney Luke Evans resumed court by cross-examining retired MPD detective Terrence Dabney. Evans began by questioning Dabney about the evidence gathered at the scene. Evans got Dabney to admit that the shell casings were consistent with any 40 caliber gun. Dabney again testified that the unaliving weapons were never recovered. Wow. Dabney testified that he was not aware of any testing done to match the bullets recovered from the crime scene and the bullets recovered from young Dolph. Evans then questioned Dabney about the white Mercedes. Prosecutor Hagerman asked Dabney if he canvassed the area for any video. Dabney said no video was recovered from the area where the car was discovered. He also mentioned that officers learned Hernandez Govin lived across the street. Dabney said that investigators went to Govin's house while looking for footage. Dabney said that he did not recall Cornelius Smith, admitted gunman, telling authorities that Govin had cameras facing the abandoned house where the car was discovered. Dabney said that if investigators were aware that Govin had cameras, someone would have followed up on that lead. However, investigators were never made aware that Govin had cameras. Shh. So anyway, this is a mess. Questioning evidence. Dabney said that he was unsure if there were bullet holes in the Mercedes when it was discovered. The retired detective said that a window may have been broken out. In photographs shown to Dabney, the passenger side window can be seen missing. Dabney did not recall broken glass anywhere, inside or outside of the car. Evans then established again that Justin Johnson's fingerprints were not recovered from the car. The defense attorney then went over the case of DNA in the car. Touch testing was done on at least 8 places inside the car, according to Evans. Dabney testified that there was a report that there was DNA recovered, but no match made. Typically, when DNA testing is done, the results come back from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation on letterhead, Evans said. The defense attorney said chapstick was recovered from inside the Mercedes and sent to the TBI for testing. DNA from that chapstick matched a male, Evans said. Dabney testified that he could not say whether or not the touch testing DNA was ever sent. Evans said that if the touch samples were not sent for testing, that would be a problem for the investigation. It could be, Dabney said. Evans said that touch testing DNA could show investigators who touched that part of the car, and if it wasn't tested, it would have been an avenue for establishing facts that would have been left unattended. Dabney previously testified that no blood evidence was found in the car. Evans began talking about Blue Star, a spray used to detect blood inside a car, and said that it could even show blood on things that people thought they had wiped clean. The Blue Star reacted to something in the car, Evans said. Dabney said he's been told that if Blue Star reacts to something, it's typically a sign that blood is in the area. Evans asked Dabney if he's aware of any testing done on any of the Blue Star samples. Dabney said he was not aware. Evans said that if that testing was done, it would have been important to the investigation, very important. Dabney agreed with this. These guys are, this is crazy, man. Goodness. Now, this is the Crosstown Makitas in Valerio videos. Evans then shifted questioning to the video from the Valerio gas station. Dabney testified that it was impossible to tell if someone got out of or into the white Mercedes. Okay, he said it's impossible to tell if someone got out of or into the white Mercedes. Regarding the vids, okay, most hated. Regarding the videos from the Crosstown apartment complex, Dabney testified that he could not tell who was in the Mercedes that pulled into the parking garage. Evans said that the video does not show the man in the gray sweatpants or the man in the gray sweatpants, black hoodie, and black shoes. It did not show him get into or out of any car. The prosecution claimed that person was Justin Johnson. Dabney testified that he could not tell if the person exiting the parking garage in the white Mercedes was Justin Johnson. The prosecution showed video that apparently showed Justin Johnson walking through the Crosstown apartment complex. Evans pointed out that in those videos, the man the state claimed to be Johnson was not wearing gloves. The man in the video was also seen with a little girl, identified as Johnson's daughter, who the defense assumed would have been in the white Mercedes too, had Justin Johnson been in the white Mercedes. In the video from Makita's homemade butter cookies, a shooter can be seen with sagging pants and underwear showing. The prosecution claimed that the same man was seen in the video at the Tulane Apartments. Both videos show a man with underwear showing above his pants. Dabney testified that nowhere in the written timeline was the underwear in both cases documented as being blue. Dabney said that he filed that information away in his head after seeing the videos and that he believes the underwear in both videos was blue. Dabney said that he saw the still images showing the underwear before the trial. Dabney testified that the underwear in both videos is the same color. Evans then asked Dabney about his testimony that it would take 10 to 15 minutes to get from the Crosstown apartment complex to Makita's homemade butter cookies. Dabney testified that Makita's is about 2 miles from where the car was recovered on Bradley Street. Evans asked Dabney if he ever came across information about where the mother of Johnson's daughters lived. Dabney did not recall the address, but did remember driving to an apartment where she was supposed to be living at the time. That apartment, according to Dabney, was a good distance away in the Whitehaven area and closer to the Tulane apartments. Tulane is about 20 minutes away from Makita's, Dabney said. Evans then established that the mother of Johnson's daughter lived about 15 to 20 minutes away from the Crosstown apartments. Next was the state's addressed cross-examination. Prosecutor Paul Hagerman then reestablished that Dabney was retired and that the case continued after Dabney retired. Hagerman then established that there were some things that happened and decisions that were made after Dabney was off the case. Dabney then asked Dabney, what? These people got some typos here. Wait a minute, let me see what they mean here. So I guess, let's see. I guess they mean that, let me see. So I guess Evans, they made a typo here. then asked Dabney if he was aware that Blue Star reacts to bleach and other cleaning products. Dabney said he was not aware of that. So at 9:54 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., they had a first witness. Terrence Dabney was the first witness of day two. Prosecutor Paul Hagerman was the first to question Dabney, who retired from the Memphis Police Department after 26 years. Dabney was assigned to the homicide unit in 2021. Dabney testified he was a case officer on the Young Dolphs unaliving case. Okay. Now, the scene of the crime. Okay, so Dabney said he would have arrived at the scene of Young Dolph's unaliving around 1 p.m. Dabney was responsible for gathering information at the scene and helping process the scene. Dabney testified that there was a large crowd at the scene outside of Makita's homemade butter cookies. The retired officer said that this scene was unlike any other he worked during his years with the Memphis Police Department. Dabney said that MPD collected video from Makita's. That video showed the outside and the inside of the store. Dabney said that he spoke to witnesses at the scene and took people to the police station for interviews. He spoke to Young Dolph's brother, who was inside the store at the time of the, you know what? Dabney said he also spoke to employees of Makita's. Dabney then looked at 10 pictures showing the scene of Makita's after the shooting in Young Dolph's car. Dabney said that Young Dolph was still there when he arrived at the scene. The process of trying to revive Young Dolph had ended by the time Dabney arrived, he said. Hangerman went over a series of photos with Dabney. Dabney said that a .40 caliber shell casing, characteristic of a handgun, and shell casings of a 7.62, characteristics of an assault rifle, were both found at the scene. Dabney said he watched video of the shooting at Makita's, and in his opinion, two shooters using a handgun and an assault rifle shot into the store on the day Young Dolph was unalive. 9mm casings were also found in the store. Hagerman said that those shell casings came from Young Dolph's brother, who returned fire at the shooters. A photo of a deceased Young Dolph was shown to the jurors. Dabney identified Young Dolph. The photo was not shown to the public in the courtroom, as the other photos were, due to its graphic nature. Dabney said that the Memphis police obtained video from the scene and watched it that day. A screenshot from that video showed Young Dolph's Corvette parked at Makita's, a white Mercedes next to it, and two suspects. One of those suspects could be seen running away with an apparent gun. The other was standing with the assault rifle pointed toward the store. Dabney said that there was no photo showing the face of the two shooters. The retired officer said the lack of a picture showing the shooters' faces made the picture of the white Mercedes-Benz crucial to the investigation. The unaliving weapons were never recovered, according to Dabney. Okay, next is finding the white Mercedes. Hagerman then began questioning Dabney about the apparent complex formerly known as the Tulane Apartments. Dabney said MPD had their attention drawn to a white expedition which led officers to the apartment complex on Haven Court. Dabney said that the officers were particularly interested in a woman who lived at the apartment complex, Justin Johnson's cousin. Hagerman showed Dabney in the jury video from the apartment complex taken 37 minutes after the unaliving. In that video, Johnson's cousin can be seen approaching the expedition. Two men exit the vehicle. Dabney said the men were wearing clothing matching the description of the gunmen from Makeda's. Video also showed a man exiting the apartment building and reach into a Dodge Charger in the parking lot. The man's pants are sagging and he is wearing blue underwear, matching the sagging pants and blue underwear worn by one of the shooters at Makeda's. The retired homicide detective testified. After seeing the video, Dabney said that officers were interested in speaking with Johnson, his cousin, in finding the expedition in the Chevy tracks seen at the apartment complex. Dabney said officers also received a tip about a white Mercedes. That vehicle was discovered at an abandoned home on Bradley Street 3 days after the unaliving, Dabney said. Dabney said that officers also learned that Hernandez Govan lived in the house across the street from where the Mercedes was discovered. Govan eventually became a suspect in the case. No videos was recovered from Bradley Street, according to Dabney. In the back of the Mercedes was a DeSoto County license plate, Dabney said. The retired detective said that damage on the car matched the car used in the unaliving. Dabney said that the car was carjacked in Memphis a few weeks before the unaliving. Justin Johnson was not a suspect in that carjacking, according to the prosecutor. Hagerman and Dabney said that the main suspect in that carjacking was Treon Ingram. The fingerprints of Cornelius Smith, who admitted to being a gunman, were not found on the car, according to Dabney. Various other sets of fingerprints were discovered from the car in items inside the car, including Ingram's. Dabney testified that no DNA, no blood, or any other fluid was found inside the car. The retired detective said during the course of the investigation, officers learned that the car may have been cleaned. Okay. Next, we have the car swap. Dabney said that Ingram, the man suspected of carjacking the white Mercedes, was found and taken into custody. After questioning Ingram, officers went to a parking garage in the Crosstown area and to a Valerio gas station at the intersection of Park and Highland to find more video of the white Mercedes. In video from the Valerio, recorded about 9 hours before the unaliving, just after 3 a.m. on November the 17th, officers saw the white Mercedes. Dabney said that video from the gas station showed a car trade where two groups of people swapped cars. Video from the gas station showed multiple people in an Infiniti at one gas pump and the white Mercedes at a nearby gas pump. People from both cars talk and then both cars drive to the side of the gas station. Assistant District Attorney Paul Hagerman and Dabney both agreed that it was impossible to tell if it was Justin Johnson, the defendant, get into the white Mercedes, but both also agreed that the person who got into the car was wearing different clothes than the Mercedes' original driver. Now connecting Justin Johnson. Dabney said that officers obtained a series of video from the Crosstown apartments. Those videos were were from the day before, the day of, and the day after the homicide. Dabney said Johnson is seen in those videos wearing clothing matching those worn by the gunman in the young Dolph unaliving. Dabney said Johnson is also seen in video arriving at the apartments in the white Mercedes and leaving an hour before the homicide wearing the same clothes. Dabney said that those videos also show Johnson arriving to the apartment complex in a white expedition and coming back to the apartment complex in different clothes after the unaliving, packing his bags and leaving again. Assistant District Attorney Paul Hagerman showed video from the Crosstown apartments taken at 7:15 p.m. on the day before young Dolph was unalived. In that video, a white expedition can be seen going into a parking garage. A man in gray sweatpants, black shoes, a brass pro hat, and a black hoodie can be seen entering the building. Dabney testified that Johnson lived on the 8th floor of the apartment complex. At 11:13 p.m. on November the 16th, the day before young Dolph was unalived, video shows a white expedition driving through the parking lot of the apartment complex. A man can be seen entering the building and walk toward the elevators, wearing the same sweatpants, hoodie, brass, pro hat, and shoes. The man can be seen exiting the elevator. Hangerman showed a video from 2:41 a.m. on November the 17th, the day of the unaliving. The video would have been recorded before the footage from the Valerio was taken. That gas station video was from the 3 a.m. hour. In the 2:41 a.m. video, a man wearing gray sweatpants, a black hoodie, and black shoes can be seen getting into the elevator of the apartment complex, exiting the apartment complex, and walking into the parking garage. At 4:48 a.m. on November the 17th, after the Valerio video was taken and 7 hours before the unaliving, a white Mercedes, identified by Dabney as the same car used in the unaliving, can be seen entering the apartment's parking garage. A man in gray sweatpants and a black hoodie can be seen walking through the apartment building and exiting the elevator holding a small child. Prosecutor Hagerman called that child Johnson's daughter. Dabney said it would take about 10 to 15 minutes to get from the Crosstown building to Makita's homemade butter cookies. At 11:15 p.m., video shows can be seen getting on the elevator at the apartment building with the child who Hangerman described as Johnson's daughter. The pair walking to the parking garage, and then the white Mercedes can be seen exiting the parking garage. At 7:51 p.m., 7 hours after the unaliving, a car, not the Expedition or the Mercedes, can be seen arriving to the Crosstown Apartments parking garage. A man in a yellow hoodie, one that matches a hoodie seen on a man from video taking at the Haven Court Apartments, can be seen walking through the Crosstown Apartments. At 8 p.m., about 8 hours after the unaliving, the man in the yellow hoodie, identified by Hagerman as Johnson, can be seen getting on the apartment's elevator with a suitcase and another bag. Dabney testified that still shots from those videos identified Johnson by the tattoos on his hands. Dabney said the officers went to the place where Johnson lived and other places and began a citywide manhunt to find him. Johnson was later captured in Indianapolis. Dabney said that officers eventually found Johnson's phone with his brother Jamarcus Johnson. Jamarcus Johnson pleaded guilty to accessory after the fact. Dabney said that Johnson's phone was taken from his brother and handed over to the crime lab. Hangerman then questioned Dabney about admitted gunman Cornelius Smith. Dabney said that the officer spoke to people close to Smith. Hangerman gave Dabney pictures. One of those pictures, known to be Smith, showed him wearing a Gap hoodie. Another photo showed one of the young Dolph shooters wearing a similar Gap hoodie. After finding and arresting Smith, Dabney said officers obtained his cell phone. The retired detective said that officers also subpoenaed Johnson's social media, including Instagram and Snapchat. Then the court adjourned, y'all, until 1:45 after lunch. Then court resumed in a let's see. So I think we already did this, okay? Okay, so it's a lot of stuff, y'all. I can't read all of this trial because it's a lot. It's a whole lot. But basically, we are finding out a lot of stuff that we did not know, and all these different people, witnesses, all types of stuff. Goodness, I'm just looking through it, guys. I'm just looking through everything. Hold on, let me see. So, what do you guys think? I mean, for them not to be able to tell certain things, but then at the end of what I was reading, I think they did confirm that these people were involved in unaliving Dolph. All this getting on these elevators. I mean, they got cameras. They got all this stuff on camera, on video. So they said on Monday, the first day of Young Dolph's unaliving trial, they said there were some bombshell revelations. This included Shelby County Assistant District Attorney Paul Hagerman claiming in court that Dolph's unaliving came after the late brother of rival rapper Yo Gotti put out a hit on Dolph's life. And let's see what else they got here. It's a lot of bombshells, actually. Let's see what he said. Let's see. So, the medical examiner also spoke as the third witness today, okay, on Tuesday. I'm skipping over stuff, okay, because it's a lot of stuff. So, Dr. Juliet Scantlebury, who is a medical examiner, and she's also an expert in forensic pathology, she was the third witness of the day. She performed the autopsy on young Dolph on November the 18th, 2021. She looked at photos from the autopsy and described to the jury the injuries she saw on young Dolph. She also described the clothing and property that were on Thornton at the time of his unaliving. So let's see. She said a shirt shown to the jury in Dr. Scantlebury showed the shirts young Dolph was wearing at the time of the shooting. White squares on the shirts show where bullet holes in the clothing were. Recovered from young Dolph's body were multiple bullet fragments. That's according to the medical examiner. She also said that the active ingredient of marijuana was discovered in young Dolph's body. Like I told you guys before, she said young Dolph suffered 20 entry wounds and 4 exit wounds from gunshots. The doctor also testified that young Dolph passed on from a homicide of gunshot wounds. So in cross-examination, Evans Johnson's defense attorneys asked if any bullets recovered were intact. The doctor said that one was. So then they did a cross-examination of Cornelius Smith. So let me just tell you guys this part. So Luke Evans, defense attorney for Justin Johnson, began cross-examining Cornelius Smith by calling into question what he told law enforcement immediately following his arrest. Smith admitted to lying about having never seen the Mercedes and not knowing Johnson. Smith said that he met with law enforcement 3 or 4 times to prepare for the trial. Evans claimed that Smith's original lawyer got $50,000 to represent him in the case. Smith admitted that money came from CMG. Y'all was right about that. The record label of Yo Gotti and Big Juke. There's no question that money was for service rendered for unaliving Dolph, Evans said. The defense attorney said that Smith's conscience did not bother him when he got the money to retain an attorney. You didn't think then, man, I really shouldn't get money for unaliving somebody, Evans said. Regarding the picture of Johnson with his suitcase packed, taken after Dolph's unaliving, Smith admitted that he doesn't know if Johnson was ever paid for the hit on young Dolph. Evans claimed that Smith got a lawyer in March and met with law enforcement in March 2022. You said you had a change of heart and you wanted to tell the truth. When did that happen? Evans asked. Smith said he had this change of heart after he was arrested and sobered up. Smith was arrested on December the 9th. Smith said that Johnson sent him a letter saying, cut Johnson loose and take Juke and Govan down with Smith. What? Let's see what he said. He said Smith said that Johnson sent him a letter. Cornelius Smith said Johnson sent him a letter saying, cut Johnson loose and take Juke and Govan down with Smith. Smith admitted to not getting that letter directly from Johnson and not seeing Johnson write the letter. Smith met with prosecutors in August. So today, for the first time ever, you testified that you wiped that Mercedes down, Evans asked. Smith admitted that he never told detectives that he cleaned the Mercedes. Evans asked Smith why he never told detectives about wiping down the car. Records show that Smith told detectives. Justin said that he had someone wipe the car down. Stuff slipped a person's mind too, Smith rebutted. Smith said that he wiped the car down a couple of days after the shooting. Smith testified that he told Govan that he was going to get into the backyard and wipe the car down. According to Evans, Smith never told law enforcement about the conversation with Govan. Stuff slipped a person's mind at that time. When law enforcement questioned me, I'm not going to remember everything right there, bit for bit, Smith said. Evans said that law enforcement asked Smith about the $800 he was allegedly given after their shooting. The defense attorney clarified that Smith testified that Johnson hand-delivered a letter with $500. I told you, he said, you know what? I told y'all he said $500. So the news had it right. Smith said that he was on a phone with Johnson and a neighbor at the time of that delivery. Evans then questioned Smith and implied that he could not remember the details about the alleged payment because he was lying. I guess that's what they meant. Evans asked Smith if he said that he could get up on Dolph real easy because he knew where young Dolph's aunt lived and that he saw him over there once a week. Smith denied ever saying that. But they did say that because I remember saying that. Evans asked Smith if he expected to get consideration after his testimony. Smith said he did not and that he was testifying to get everything on his chest and feel better. I guess they mean off his chest. I don't know. But according to Evans, Smith told his sister a different story after his arrest in 2022. According to Evans, Smith wrote, "My lawyer is trying to tell me my best out is working with the feds, helping them, something I have never done in my life. That's the only way I would not do life in jail." Evans said that Smith then wrote that he hoped to not do any time because his lawyer represented a suspect in the Holly Bobo case. Evans continued reading Smith's letter, saying that Smith wrote, "They got to let me walk free." Evans then asked Smith why he lied to his family. Smith said he was hoping for the best and trying to speak it into existence. Smith said that he realized that Govin had already spoken to law enforcement and realized that they already knew everything. Smith wrote to his sisters that he met with Govin and that it seemed like he had a limited time to find someone to pin it on. What? This is some BS, y'all. You repeatedly say in these letters to your sister that you didn't do this and you are only going to cooperate to get yourself a deal, Evans said. Evans then shifted questioning to the subject of the $50,000 Smith was given for an attorney. The defense attorney questioned the timeline of the money and when Smith admitted to receiving it. This is a hot ass mess. Smith admitted that he tried to get his girlfriend to lie for him in order to create an alibi. Evans then asked Smith if he knew the day before the unaliving that he was going to unalive young Dolph. Smith said he was out looking for somebody, according to Evans. Smith texted someone on the morning young Dolph was unalive, saying it was his big day. Smith said he was referring to his daughter's birthday. Smith admitted to telling his child's mother that he was going to get her a house and buy her a house. Smith said this was just game and that lying and game are two different things. When asked if he was lying to the jury, Smith said, "I ain't trying to run game on nobody." But he just said game and lying was two different things. So when he asked if he was lying to the jury, he said, "I ain't trying to run game on nobody." Okay. Anyway, during the shooting at Makita's homemade butter cookies, Smith said that Johnson got scraped on the back by a bullet fired by young Dolph's brother. Smith said that wood care was done on Johnson, after the shooting. I guess he mean wound care. Evans said that Smith originally told law enforcement that he was bleeding really bad on the stand. Smith said he was not bleeding that bad. He clarified by saying that he had been shot before and wasn't overly worried about the wounds he suffered. Hold on for a minute, y'all. This is a hot ass mess. According to Smith, Johnson told him that he was hit in the shootout at Makita's. These people are lying, okay? Evans then questioned Smith about the deal between Johnson and Big Juke. According to Evans, Smith told investigators he thought Johnson had the same deal. The defense attorney implied that this contradicted Smith's testimony that he knew Johnson and was given the same deal. $50,000 for the unaliving of young Dolph with $10,000 to be paid to Hernandez Govin. And that's what he testified the other day. Evans questioned Smith about how exactly he wiped down the white Mercedes after the shooting. Smith said that he used a towel to wipe down the car and that he was driven to the house by his girlfriend. Smith then testified that Govin told he and Johnson to take care of the car because if the police come to him, he was going to send the police to his attorney. Prosecutor Paul Hagerman then asked Smith if he ever told him that he was going to walk out of jail. Smith said no, that he always understood that he was going to prison. This is a hot ass mess, y'all. So then Cornelius Smith testified, which I think I already read some of this. This is a hot ass mess, this entire trial. And they just lying. They said different things. Yeah. Cornelius Smith spoke as well, again, testified. Let's see if he said anything. Let's see. So he claimed, wait a minute, hold on, that's Smith. Let's see. Yeah. Cornelius Smith claimed that he knew that he was going to prison. He knew he was not going home free and that he was going to prison for his role in Young Dolph's unaliving. He also said that he began using drugs again after his 9-year-old son passed on in 2020. Smith admitted to lying to police after he was originally arrested on unrelated charges in Mississippi. He said he decided to tell the truth because he realized he had been caught and that he had a conscience. And then prosecutor Paul Hagerman showed video of two men shooting into the windows of Makita's homemade butter cookies. Smith said that was the day we had shot young Dolph. When asked who the we was, Smith identified Justin Johnson as the second gunman in the video. Smith said that both he and Johnson knew Hernandez Govin and that Govin was attempting to get Johnson a deal with CMG, the record label of Yo Gotti and Big Juke. Smith said that he used to buy drugs from Govin. Smith knew Johnson for a few months before the shooting, he testified. According to Smith, he and Johnson knew that Big Juke had a hit on Dolph's head. Smith said that Govin told them about that 100,000 hit. Both Smith and Johnson agreed to do the hit, he testified. Smith said that both he and Johnson were going to give Govin 10,000 after the hit and that both gunmen would take 40,000. The two had planned the process for weeks, according to Smith. Now, didn't the other dude say they did not plan it? So Smith just said they did plan the process for weeks. On the day of the shooting, Smith said that Johnson picked him up from his father's house in Orange Mound. Smith said that both he and Johnson knew that young Dolph was in Memphis to be a part of a turkey drive. His record label, Paper Route Empire, held these Thanksgiving food drives every year. Smith said that when Johnson picked him up on the day of the shooting, Johnson was driving a white Mercedes Benz. In the backseat, Smith said was a Draco, a semi-automatic weapon, and a handgun. And we went over that yesterday. This is a hot ass mess. Smith said that he and Johnson saw young Dolph's custom car while the two were driving. We were like, there goes Dolph right there. Smith said, according to Smith, the two began following Dolph and saw him pull into Makita's homemade butter cookie. Smith said that the two made the block, pulled up the back way, and that he jumped out and started shooting. Smith had the semi-automatic weapon at the time of the shooting, he said. And so we went over this part yesterday about everything that happened, but this is a damn trip, y'all. It really is. Okay, and I'm going to conclude this right now. It's just a lot. And, you should watch the trial. You can learn a lot of information because it's a lot. It's a whole lot. I mean, it's just transcript as long as hell. But it's some lying going on. And I mean, it's some lying going on. And they did call a lot of people. And They actually had both days up on here, and this whole trial is a hot ass mess. So this dude, Cornelius Smith, that was who told everything. It sounds like he's telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? It really does, because um it just sounds like it. At least on this day one. Look at this. They said that they also called his young Dolph's head of security as well as a witness. Now, he was not with Dolph on the day of his unaliving. Instead, Dolph's brother was with him at that time. Damn, he should have had the head of security with him. Why wasn't he there? That's weird. Let me see what they said. Prosecutor Paul Hagerman asked the head of security questions about the heightened security when it came to Big Juke, brother of Yo Gotti, and the members of their record label CMG, which stands for COCAINE Music Group. The head of security was asked about past incidents in North Carolina and California involving CMG members. Oh, they got a lot of shit in here, y'all. Like I said before, it's a lot. I mean, damn. And why wasn't he with Dolph on the day of this unaliving? His head of security. They actually had him on stand on Monday, the 23rd, okay? The head of security. So I guess they brought him on stand too, because they was probably wondering why the head of security wasn't with young Dolph on the day of his unaliving. And they say pay very close attention to the relationships between Hernandez Govey and Justin Johnson. So yeah, this is a lot of shit. I know I read a lot of this stuff to you guys yesterday from day one, but it's a lot of stuff, man. And they've been doing some lying, because I do remember some of the stuff that I said yesterday. Let's see. This case is a hot ass mess. Let's see. Yeah, he did. He admitted to, but the other guy, I'm trying to think, because these people getting me mixed up, because Justin Johnson, I think that's who I was talking about at first. Excuse me. I don't know, that damn detective too. The retired detective. There's a lot of tripped out shit in this trial. Justin Johnson. Sound like he was lying a lot, if I can remember that. Some of the stuff that was said. He sure was. And then the thing about I'm still trying to figure out why didn't the head of security, why wasn't he there on the day that he went to Makita's cookie place, the bakery? I'm just trying to figure out why he wasn't there. Okay, so the brother pleaded guilty to being an accessory. Okay, so I don't think, I can't say if he really knew or not. Okay, I just cannot say. Because, people seem like they don't know, but they really do. So I don't know for sure. But he seems like he did not know some of these things, but I don't know for sure. I don't know. It's hard to say. But why would you be riding with somebody don't know a damn thing? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of weird. And the other dude cannot be trusted. I don't even want to say his name, but he just really can't be trusted. So Jamarcus, like I said, Jamarcus testified that he knew Young Dolph. He knew Young Dolph was a rapper and that he was not a part of the plan to unalive Young Dolph. And he said he was never part of a plan to unalive any artist or pre. Do you guys believe that? Shit. I kind of believe him. I don't know. I mean, I kind of believe him. He may just wanted to go places wherever he had to go. I don't know. But still, if you're in a car with somebody, it seems like you would be asking what's up and things like that. And then he used him and shit to put messages up on the damn social media so he can basically, his half brother. So the other, what's his name? Johnson would have an alibi. If I got these names right, all these damn names. Let's see. He didn't even. He act like he didn't even know what was going on. Because at first, okay, he said that his brother, his half brother, had a 3-way conversation with a man who went by the name C. He said he later learned that C was Cornelius Smith. So I don't know. He may not knew exactly what was going on. I don't know for sure. But I do know one damn thing. Them other two, man. And the other person too. This is crazy, man. And then I told y'all yesterday that he did say $500. And then in another time he said 800. So I mean, it's just you don't supposed to lie on the up on the stand. So, and then I don't know if they don't realize that everything is being recorded. So therefore, if you are lying, they go back and read the transcript or whatever the case is, they're gonna see that. This is crazy. It's a lot of information here though, y'all. I cannot go through all of this. This is a lot. But anyway, like I said before, y'all gonna have to go in there and take a look at all this transcript to find out even more details. I'm gonna try to look up, if they can actually do some real highlights so you don't have to read all of this stuff and you can just sum everything up so we can know exactly what's going on. Let me see what these people are saying right here. And then the Garner dude, he said he's a relative, right? Is he really a relative or not? I don't know if they're really relatives, maybe just because they know each other. Because right here it says Garner explained his alleged connection to Young Dolph's family by saying, everybody grew up with each other. Everybody know everybody. This Memphis, everybody know everybody. We got done calling them Young Dolph's relative. They didn't want to get it. They didn't want nothing to do with this. So I guess he gave it to drop. So I don't know if he's actually a relative of him, because they all grew to get up together and knew each other. So I guess if they're friends or whatever the case is, they would call each other relatives. I don't know. I don't know if he's really a relative or not. But I know one damn thing, there's a lot of people, more people involved than what I was hearing when I was listening to other people, on their channels and stuff regarding this case, This is a trip. But anyway, we're gonna wrap this up with this trial. Let me see if I can find anything else that I can quickly summarize this real quick. This is a lot of stuff though, I'm not gonna lie. They did a lot of cross-examination and everything. And let's see what time they got out of court. Because this thing goes on and on and on. The court, I don't even know what time it was over, but it lasted a long time. What? The office sent another email saying it would be Justin Johnson, Hernandez Govern, and Jamarcus Johnson, even though Jamarcus Johnson already pled guilty. Okay. Let's see. Oh, they talking about the trial. Okay. So Justin Johnson pleaded not guilty to first degree murder. Okay, that was then. Okay, let's see. And then, like we already know Jamarcus Johnson pleaded guilty to accessory after the fact. He is not directly implicated in Dolph's unaliving, but instead is accused of helping the suspected shooters while they ran from police. But he claimed that he did not realize what was happening, if I understand that correctly. That's what he claimed anyway. So the four suspects in the case is Justin Johnson, Cornelius Smith. The alleged mastermind is Hernandez Govern and the half brother of the alleged shooters, Jamarcus Johnson. But again, Jamarcus is only in trouble for being the accessory after the fact because they believe that he helped them while they were running from the police. Period. Let's see what else they got here. Okay. So there it is, y'all. There it is. So again, tomorrow when I wrap it up, when I do the highlights, I'm gonna try to get something that says exactly so I won't have to read all of this stuff and try to summarize it a little bit differently so we can get a better understanding. I know one damn thing, some people are lying. It just sounds like some people are lying, especially from what I read yesterday. Hey Tony Bands, thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, so let me go ahead and switch on to gosh, I don't forget who I'm talking about now. Diddy. Shit. I cannot believe what I just read though. I'm just still tripping out about the stuff that I did read. So they lying. And you know what? He still sounds like he's not really sorry, y'all. But that prosecutor is not playing. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. He is not playing. The defense attorney is trying to make it sound like they don't know for sure if that was him in the car. You know what I'm saying? But the prosecutor is on their ass. And then they already admitted to it anyway. Come on now. Okay, let's switch back to Diddy now. And then if I see like a summarization on day 2 trial, I'll let you guys know that before we leave off. Okay, because like I said, I can talk about Dolph all damn day and night. Okay. So let's go ahead and go to Diddy real quick. Okay, so first thing first with Diddy. They claim allegedly that Diddy sold some of his freak off videos on dark web. And this was stated, if I'm not mistaken, by Jaguar Wright. Okay? So I'm going to let y'all hear this. I think, let's see if there's a video on it. Let's see. Let me first read this first. Okay. She claimed Diddy sold a controversial video for $500 million on the dark web, featuring high-profile celebs. What I really want to know, hold on, guys, right quick. What I really want to know is, how does she know all of this? Okay. That's what I really want to know. Anyway, Jaguar Wright is claiming that Sean Diddy Combs has allegedly sold a controversial freak off party video for a staggering 500 million on the dark web. Now, Wright, who previously made many explosive accusations against the now disgraced rapper, discussed the implications of the sale in a recent interview, suggesting that Diddy might be in desperate need of cash. She also name dropped a few high profile celebs allegedly featured in the tapes, though there is no evidence to suggest that the stars were involved in any wrongdoing. Okay, so let's see. Excuse me, y'all. So this is what she said. She said the last freak off tape that just got sold on the dark net, which I monitored, went for 500 million. Then they asked her if Diddy is trying to protect his people or if his friends are protecting him. She said he's selling it because he needs the cash. And she is referring to an event in Calabasas that allegedly captured questionable moments. Let's see what else she got here. As we know, Sean Diddy Combs is currently detained in a Brooklyn jail on charges of ex trafficking, racketeering, and multiple sexual assault allegations. They also saw in court details of his infamous, not at court, but at his, guess his bond trial or whatever the case is, or bail trial, whatever they call it. They saw some of these images there, okay? And that is one of the reasons why they denied his bail. Both times, actually, they denied his bail because of that. They said these are the events that they saw in the videos involved him using violence and threats to coerce women into drug fueled orgies with male escorts. So let's hear what they're saying here in this audio right quick.
Diddy's not going to jail. Wanna know why? Because he doesn't intend to stand trial.
Let me show y'all this.
Why would he sell his tapes on the dark net?
Is he protecting people or people protecting him?
Oh no, he's selling it because he needs the cash. The last freak off tape that just got sold on the dark net, which I know because I monitor, went for 500 million. It had multiple stars in it. Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, Drake. It was a really interesting night in Calabasas, and he just sold that footage.
On the dark web?
How come you think it doesn't get leaked to the public?
The dark net?
Yeah,
because of the dark coin. Most people don't even know that the dark coin exists.
What is the dark coin?
That's how they're trading for all of the flesh they sell. Which is why I became so outraged last year when the twins turned 16 and he had them dressed like prostitutes, and then he auctioned them off as NFTs because the NFT that he sold them to was attached to that dark fucking coin. It was like a promissory note to sell his daughters to the highest bidder.
Okay, let me stop that right there. So do y'all believe her? Um, you can go to the dark web to see, I mean you really can, but do you guys believe what she's saying? In the chat, do y'all believe Miss Wright? Yeah, she said that Chris Brown, allegedly, Justin Bieber, Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, and Drake are in this video. Now, again, it's important to note that none of these celebrities have been linked to Diddy's wrongdoings or any suspicious association with him. Now, some fans acknowledge the possibility of Wright's claims about the dark web trading the dark web, excuse me, y'all, the dark web trading. Um, Many also criticized her for name dropping and spreading rumors about celebs. One commenter was like, how she even know how to get in the dark web? She was searching Google with them shades on. I'm going to keep scrolling. Somebody said, come on now. Now she is trying to name drop big names for views. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out. They say, how does she get to the dark web? I think it's not that hard to get to it. But the thing is, I'm trying to figure out which, well, she just told her. She said she monitored the dark web. Hmm. So Jermaine said kind of, but she could be stretching a little. I'm a proof person. When you tell me something, I want to see the proof. You know what I'm saying? Before I can actually believe it. You know, um, Selling the video on the dark web with all these stars in it, I just can't see it stand on the dark web. I'm thinking that it could get out into the public. You see what I'm saying? Especially if you have these people in it. It's not like just nobody's in the video doing stuff. If you got high, you got celebs and something, I just don't see it stand just on the dark web. I just don't. And who pays $500 million for any video? Who? Who bought that for $500 million? And what the heck is a dark coin? What is a dark coin? I need to look that up. Right, she said 500 million. My goodness. Like I said, I don't know for sure if she's telling the truth or not. Everything is allegedly, and hopefully, she isn't just, putting stars' names and stuff and it's not true. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's like, right. Why would you? You do know because you be on there, right? But anyway, you can just put that up there. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if I believe that 500 million. That's a lot of money to be paying just for people to see people do a freak off. If you pay that for that, something is wrong with your ass. You know what I'm saying? Something is definitely wrong with you. 600 million. And let me tell y'all something else. I don't believe Diddy is broke either. I just don't believe that. I do not believe that. How the hell he go through all that money? I don't believe that. I don't believe it, y'all. I don't believe that. Okay, point blank. Then they claimed that Diddy was warned by widow of inmate unalive at a detention center. Let's see what they say right here. Oh, I guess they're just telling us that it's dangerous, I guess. She told him to keep to himself and not trust anybody. Okay? That's what she said. All right. So they also got a resurfaced video of Travis Scott running away from Sean Diddy Combs after he said, what? Let's see. Let's see. Again, now keep in mind that some of these videos you guys see online are people putting stuff together and in just editing and stuff. Anyway, they say Travis is seen running away from Diddy after a supposed innuendo. Like I said, so let's see. It also features Diddy throwing his arms around Travis and calling him his baby bro. But that doesn't mean that there was anything wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? So in that clip with Travis, Diddy said, "My baby bro, we hit it. Tomorrow it is it. It is time. It is time to go do that thing, man. Yeah, everybody tune in. Let's go." But we don't know what he's talking about. I mean, he could be talking about anything. Could be talking about anything. So listen to it and watch the video. Let's see what y'all think.
Yo, everybody, my baby bro, we here. Tomorrow is time. It's time. What you gonna do to that thing, man? Yeah, they better tune in. They better tune in. Let's go.
Okay, let me do this again. Good and damn well, they was talking about something else. Like I said, some things be reaching on social media, but good and damn well, they was talking about something else. I don't even know why they went back and got that video. He was not scared or anything else. I don't know what's wrong with these people. The thing is, like I said before, some of these videos and stuff, they reaching. Some of this stuff is not reaching. Again, I don't know if I believe Miss Wright or not. I don't know for sure. I mean, anything is possible. The only thing that I question is the fact that why would anyone pay $500 million for any freak off video? And also, if you have all these celebs in this video and you're just selling it to one person that's paying 500 million or a bunch of people, and altogether it equals up to 500 million. I don't know which one she means, but I don't see how it could just possibly stay on the dark web. He sure is. Always. Always. Now, let me tell y'all another story. Meek Mill wants to give detectives $100,000 to uncover why he is connected to Diddy's case. He also wants to pay someone $1 million. I think it said $1 million. I can't remember. If they can show proof that he is bi or gay. So let's see. So Meek Mill left off a series of treats last night, offering up to $100,000 for an investigative team to figure out why fans and media outlets keep mentioning his name with Diddy. He said, "I want to hire an investigative team, $100,000 cash to find out every specific details involving Meek Mill name to Diddy's case. I also want them to look at who is powering the media involving Meek, anything to do with Buddy. Something's not right." In another tweet, he wondered if there was a conspiracy afoot. He said, "The street know what's up with me. That's not the case. We talking about business side. Somebody powering these bad campaigns with Meek Mill again. I got $100K for a thorough investigation of who's powering and how exactly my name is connected to this." So y'all know most of the drama unfolded when a picture of Meek Mill and Diddy in matching shirts surfaced on social media. And then actor Peter Dinklage was also in the photo, which prompted users to speculate on what went on that night. So here they go right here with the matching shirts on. And Meek Mill, I'm not trying to say you buy or anything. I'm just doing my show. That's it. I don't know what you are, dude. And I really, truly don't care. But that is them with the matching stuff on, okay? Okay, so let's see. So what y'all think about that with them with matching shirts or outfits on or whatever the case is? Do you think that is suspect? You know, people do dress alike. You know what I'm saying? Do you think that's suspect? I mean, they are matching. They do have on matching outfits, but what do you think? So they said Meek has been fighting online allegations about his relationship with Sean Combs since earlier this year. Rap streamer, blogger, DJ Academics alleged the Philly rapper's name was redacted in a lawsuit by Rodney Little Rod Jones. This sparked a rant from Meek, with the rapper telling academics to stop playing with his name and that he's an alcoholic fully powered by the white man. Jermaine. So let's see what some of these other comments say, because Jermaine is tripping. Somebody said, I wish they would speed this Diddy shit up. Just freaking arrest all the followers so I can read about some real news, you know, like how Burger King is having a special, or how I can save 15% on insurance. Something more important than this paranoid idiot. Somebody said, why does this feel like the Epstein case all over? The only difference is that they might arrest some other people in this. And I guess you meant, why haven't they arrested anyone in Epstein's case? And Maxwell doesn't count. Another commenter said, boy, he called you daddy in a HOMO way on video. You can't pay us to unhear that after all of Diddy's allegations. Shoot me that $100,000. The least I can do is say, no, not Meek. Somebody said, save your money. When you're indicted, they would tell you for free. Somebody said Diddy is not running for president, which means all this Diddy news is nothing more than a distraction to keep you from realizing that the most important decision of 2024 is less than a month away. Stay focused, because the Orange Jesus 45 is an expert at taking advantage of the ignorant and foolish. He doesn't care if you are a Democrat or a Republican. Let Daddy do Diddy and get your head back in the real game. Harris 2024. Okay. Somebody said that's lubed up. And somebody said because there is an alleged recording of you taking it. I cannot do this. Taking it in another position. And then somebody said that's lubed up. Okay. Y'all seen that recording? But anyway, I don't know why. Honestly, I mean, I can understand that, you know, if it's not true, it's getting on his nerves. Even if it is true, it's getting on his nerves. But why even put up an offer if you know certain things could be, if you know the truth? Just put it like that. Unless he isn't, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know, because I don't know this dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to say, y'all. I just don't know what to say. But anyway, he is offering that 100,000, y'all. So if you know anything, you know who's spreading these rumors, you may want to hit him up on X and let him know and see if you can get some of that money. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, y'all, an 11th lawsuit for Sean Diddy Combs as he is sitting incarcerated. This girl, I believe, was crying. I think that's the same lady. Anyway, according to BBC, Sean Diddy Combs, a legendary figure in the hip-hop world, now faces an 11th lawsuit while being held in federal custody on serious charges. And we know what those charges are again. Every time we do an article, they go over those same charges, but we know what they are, and I'm not going to read them again. Anyway, let's see here. Excuse me, y'all. This cold is getting on my nerves. So let me tell y'all about the 11th lawsuit, okay? Let me go to it, actually. Let me go to it. Let's see. Get off of Young Dolph. Let's see. same one right here? So let me first see if this is it right here. I think this is it. So many. So many. So let's see. He's been accused of a horrific RAPE by an ex-employee. The accuser, named, I'm just going to call her TG, claimed in a lawsuit that she was 25 when Combs and his friend Joseph Sherman handed her a drug-laced drink that caused her to lose consciousness in 2001. She alleged that she woke up to find herself bound and restrained, unable to escape, in ensuing assault by two men. She says she kept silent about the alleged assault for decades in fear that Combs would use his power to ruin her life if she spoke out. Instead, TMZ report said she quietly dealt with trauma that saw her consider the S word and required extensive psychological treatment. TMZ reported that she reached new levels in November when she learned that her alleged RAPE had been recorded by Combs and shown to multiple men in effort to publicly degrade her and to humiliate her and her boyfriend. She is now seeking damages from the disgraced musician who is currently being held without bail in a Brooklyn jail. Okay, so that's the latest lawsuit. Somebody said, I don't believe this young lady is lying. I honestly believe she was afraid to say anything years ago. I wish her or any child, adult that has been victimized by this just to speak up and get justice. Another commenter said he's gotten away with so much these past 27 years. He's finally having to pay and lose everything. He needs to lose it all. He's worth $400 million. Won't be long before it's all gone. Another commenter said he is not the only one. Another commenter said, I bet all these entertainers are scared about being exposed next. And another commenter said, as they should. Sharon said the whole black music industry is going down. This is going to get ugly for everyone. Another commenter said they don't trust the feds. They will alter the truth. Okay, so again, he has had another lawsuit, guys. This lady alleges that he RAPE her in a horrific RAPE. She said that him and a friend, his friend or whatever, drugged her and bound her and held her against her will, point blank. This is crazy. Another person also, Tiffany Red, accuses Diddy of drugging her. Let me see what she's saying. So she took to Instagram earlier this week. Red claimed that the bad boy mogul laced a joint they smoked and she immediately knew something was wrong. Everybody's coming out, man, saying all types of stuff. She said, today I feel a little safer knowing Sean Combs is behind bars. I'm grateful to the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York and Homeland Security for stepping in and showing Mr. Combs in the music industry, which enabled him that they are not above the law. This past year has been incredibly stressful and terrifying at times, but I'm grateful for the opportunity to free myself from all these dark experiences. Damn, this man has just been accused by everybody, y'all, and I'm not gonna lie. Okay, let's see what else I got here. Justin Bieber is making cryptic messages. Okay. And then also Diddy made a phone call home to his kids. Let's see. I'm not gonna put his daughters up here dancing and stuff. Wait a minute, let me see this video real quick.
This shit is getting dark, y'all. Apparently, Diddy had the NYPD helping him out in his operations, bro. Check out this video I'm about to show y'all.
Watch this.
Police were on Diddy's side. Is that the idea there that he kind of had him doing his bidding? That was more than they were on his side. They were actually doing his dirty work. There was a picture of P. Diddy on the wall of the station. There was a picture of P. Diddy on the wall of a New York City police station, correct?
Ain't no way, bro. This dude had the police doing his dirty work. The police helping him in sex trafficking and racketeering.
And that's why he wasn't
This
worried.
is outrageous, bro. Now, for some of us, we're not surprised. But for the police to be helping in these type of sex rings, bro, how dark do these situations really get? How big is this ring that we're talking about?
It's
How
big.
many people are actually involved?
A lot.
And when they're all caught, what is this country even gonna look like anymore? This is crazy, bro.
That thing is big. Let me show y'all the first part of this video when it come back on.
This shit is getting dark, y'all. Apparently, Diddy had the NYPD helping him out in his operations, bro. Check out this video I'm about to show y'all.
So it seems like the police were on Diddy's side. Is that the idea there that he kind of had him doing his bidding? That was more than they were on his side. They were actually doing his dirty work. There was a picture of P. Diddy on the wall of the station. There was a picture of P. Diddy on the wall of a New York City police station, correct?
That's why, listen.
This dude had the police.
That's why he felt like he couldn't be touched. Okay, that's why, because he allegedly could have had those people on his side as well. What did you say? You said some people who willingly participate are going to try to come out and claim to be victims in hopes it will save them from being prosecuted. Not saying she's doing that, but some will. You're right about that. Let me read some of these other comments. Somebody said, just a question. So are they going to arrest the mothers of Justin and Usher for selling their kids? You know damn well Diddy paid them money. Somebody said Usher's mother stood up for him. She called Diddy out years ago. Somebody said, okay, thank you, but she should have demanded her son to not go with him. Just look at him. He looks up to no good. Right. Another commenter said all the police departments started in organized crime. That's what organized crime mean. The mafia created the police department, and you got to understand that some of the most high officials of people are criminals who work for this creating policies. It's called organized crime. Your government system is based upon organized criminal activity. It is all part of this policing. That's why they call it government, which governs means the minds, which governs meant mean the minds of people. It's all based on political politics, organized crime. Somebody said the mafia did not create the police department, but they sure had them wrapped around their fingers. Somebody said, that's not surprising at all. That's why it went on for so long. For some reason, he was chosen to be the fall guy. Somebody said politicians and celebs and billionaires were involved in Diddy's evil empire, along with, high-level diplomats and dignitaries, both foreign and domestic, in the police. And somebody said, and yeah, that rotten, lying criminal Trump was one of Diddy's clients, and dollars were exchanged. Okay, so yeah, this is a hot ass mess, y'all. I mean, it's a lot of shit going down with Diddy, a lot of shit being uncovered. I definitely got information about that. The police had his picture up on the damn wall saying don't touch him or some shit they had up there. I have that somewhere in my thing, but I'll tell you guys about that tomorrow. It's a hot ass mess, y'all. Just a hot ass mess. Also, Sean Diddy Combs' and former bodyguard was accused of drugging and raping and recording women in 2001. Okay, y'all? And this is going to be the final story for tonight. And then, of course, I'll give you the more tomorrow because we've been on here an hour and 50 minutes. So this is the same lady. She also said that so that's the bodyguard, the other dude that I had said his name. That is the bodyguard. All right. And this is her probably in this on this video right here. It is. So his bodyguard is also included in that as well. Okay. Point blank. And she said both of them raped her in the summer of 2001. Okay. And that's all, just the same thing. She said she was also having PTSD, flashbacks, nightmares, and thoughts of the S word. Okay, so that's why she's suing. Like I said, we don't know. This is allegedly that this stuff happened. So if it did happen, though, it's just gonna look, make his case even, it's gonna make the case worse for him. Just put it like that, because the more the prosecutors and stuff hear this, the more harder they're gonna go in on him. You know what I'm saying? It's just plainly ridiculous, though. All this stuff, You would think when people get a lot of money, though, you would think they would try to stay out of trouble. They wouldn't do certain things so they can basically be able to enjoy the lifestyle that they have and the money that they have. I don't understand how these people just be doing all this weird shit, especially the stuff that he's convicted of, charged with, indicted on. Okay, I mean, it's just plainly ridiculous. That's all I'm going to say about that. Anyway, Romeo said it's going to be hard for people to forgive Diddy. You just say, like, even if something, a miracle happens and he's found innocent, okay, or he doesn't spend that long incarcerated, say he gets 10 years or 15 years. When he gets out, I see people canceling him. Okay, I really do, because it's going to be pretty hard, just like Romeo said. It's going to be pretty hard for him to win people over, when he's already been, basically everybody already think he's guilty of all this stuff. And then they seen that video of Cassie getting beaten. I mean, that just basically sealed the deal right there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Romeo says Diddy needs to apologize for his alleged actions and he will receive forgiveness from God. But earning back the trust of everyone else will be a little bit harder. All right. Let's see what else he said. He said, I do want to give some gems to the kids out there, because you got to live and you got to learn from other people. When you get that much power, you have to be willing to do what's right. That's what our kids got to know coming up. Everything comes full circle. And from my experience, I would say that you always got to apologize. If you do wrong in any way, you got to go to that person behind closed doors and try to make it right. Nobody's perfect, but justice always comes around. So you have to do your best. When you know you messed up, try to make it right. God forgives all humans. He said God forgives all, but humans, it's a little bit harder for us to forgive. We all make the bed that we lay in. So he's right regarding that. We definitely make the bed that we lay in. Okay. And that's why you have to make good choices, good decisions, and be good role models, especially, if you have kids, or if you are just basically, you should be doing that. Okay. And let's go ahead and go around and see what else we got here. Hold on, y'all, for 1 second. Let me do this real quick. And so that's what we basically have to do. We have to, live, and be good role models, because we do have kids watching what we do and things like that. Okay. Let's get that. Let's take this off so I won't repeat that. Let's see. Okay. So they claim that Sean Diddy Combs' kids are shocked from his ex-trafficking arrest. That's what a source says, okay? And again, he did speak to his kids in jail, from jail. So let me show y'all this one last video. I think this is a video. Let's see if it is. And then we are getting ready to get out of here. I got like 2 minutes. This is one.
Are you ready to experience the greatest power doom band ever? Then look no further than the mighty.
Okay, this is a joke. Okay, but anyway, we're gonna get ready to end this live. I was gonna show you another video, but I'll wait till tomorrow because it's kind of late. We went a little bit over with the Dolph situations and stuff. And like I said, tomorrow when I do a highlight, I'm gonna try to find something that just wraps it all the way up, so we won't have to read all of that. And basically, if it can go back over day 1 and 2 and just we can't, just wrap that all up, that would be good. To highlight the points that we need to know, the major points that we need to know about this case, this trial. I mean, so if I can do that tomorrow, I'll do that. All right. Other than that, y'all, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to this live. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. Also, I need to put that up here. I forgot to put it up here, y'all. Yeah, thumbs up the video. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and hit that bell notification so you can be notified of any upcoming videos, okay? Also, share and leave a comment as well. And if you want to show additional support to the channel, you can do that by doing the Cash App to $ShadesTube. And I think that's it, y'all. Well, I want to say thank you to everybody in the bushes, everybody who watches this in the replay, and over here in the chat. I want to say thank you to, it's a lot of people came here. Jermaine up in here acting silly. All right. Young Riz up in here. Miss T was up in here. Let's see. Nightbot did his job. Most Hated Buns was up in here. Let's see who else. Tony Bands was up in this place. Let's see. And some of these people who coming out saying that Sean Combs did something to them. Some of these people may be doing it just for the money, and then you got the people that have really been victimized by this dude, and they do need to obtain whatever financial reward they can get, not reward but financial settlement that they can get, and whatever justice that they should get, they should be able to get it. You know what I'm saying? Point blank. Because it's not right to, if he did this, it's not right to drug people. It's not right to keep people against their will. It's not right to RAPE someone, to beat people, or do anything like that, anything violent or, against what they want you to do. It's just not right to do these things. And I don't understand how some people get off actually by doing stuff like this. And then you got the nerve to record this stuff and do what with the videos? Allegedly sell them on the dark web. That's crazy. And as far as Jaguar, right? I believe she tells the truth about some things. I don't know if everything she says is 100% correct, but I do believe she does, state some facts. Now, as far as the stuff that I played you guys tonight regarding the video being sold on the dark web for 500 million, I don't know if she means one person bought it for 500 million or the total sales is 500 million. I don't know. Okay, I don't know for sure. Let's hope this is not true, but I don't know for sure. We just do not know. And as far as Diddy going broke, I don't see him going broke yet. Not yet anyway. I don't believe he's going broke at this time. But, he could be eventually, it just all depends. But I do have an article where it says he's doing a lot of things allegedly. So I don't know if it's true or not, but they claim it. So we will go over that tomorrow, okay? Other than that, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Y'all have a good night and a good Wednesday, and I'll see you guys later on with another live. And I will definitely do highlights again from Dolph trial, and then tell you whatever else I got on Diddy, which is still a lot. All right. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys in my next live. Happy and blessed Wednesday. Peace out. Let me take all this stuff down, y'all. Get all this stuff down. And put this up. Hold on, let me put this stuff up here. Where the heck? Here you go, right here, y'all. All right, let's go ahead and turn this stuff off, and then put this other stuff up on here, and let's get on out of here. It's time for me to go to bed, y'all. Good night, y'all. Talk to you later. Let me get this thing. Where is it at? Here it is. Right here.